I've created the smallest possible player in MLB The Show, and my goal is to become one of the best shortstops in all of baseball, and to win as many awards as I possibly can. Scrawny Slugger is back by popular request, and in the last video, we were drafted by the Guardians, and despite being 5'1" and looking like a literal bobblehead, we were able to dominate the minors to earn a major league call-up at the age of 20. In my Rookie of the Year winning season, I hit 37 home runs, along with 97 RBIs, and put up a very impressive slash line as a rookie, which was able to spark Cleveland's offense all the way to a World Series win. However, things are just getting started for Scrawny Slugger at 21 years old because he has not become an MLB All-Star yet. This is my first full season at the MLB level because I started last season in AAA, but in our first series of the year against Chicago, I am really struggling to find my momentum. I don't know if it's just because I was slacking in the offseason, but right now I am popping everything up. But even as I'm struggling, it's definitely a relief to see that our team's performing very well and finally I get a base hit. The Guardians went crazy this offseason after a World Series win, signing Luis Robert and Ryan Jeffers, so I'm definitely excited that they're committed to building this team around me. However, if I'm gonna make the All-Star game, my season absolutely needs to get back on the right track, and this dynamic challenge should be a huge chance to do that. All I need to do this is to get on base by power swinging, and I'm able to do exactly that. That was my first 2-hit performance of the season, and going into our next game, we have another dynamic challenge. I definitely need to keep power swinging because I've only hit singles so far, and that one was out of the zone and is not gonna drop. One of the funniest things about Scrawny Slugger is that he's a left-handed shortstop, which makes no sense, and a lot of you were giving me crap about that in the comments last time, but the reason I made him a lefty is because that's what I am in real life, and when I played Little League, I always wanted to be a shortstop, but it never happened, as right on cue, Scrawny Slugger's hitting a dinger to opposite field. Hopefully that big home run is the start of huge things to come, but Cleveland is calling on Scrawny one more time with 2 outs in the 9th inning, and this one's hit well, but right to the center fielder to end the game. Unfortunately, we just lost both games of that series, but at least that home run got my OPS up to 750. Now we're taking on a very good Kansas City Royals team that leads our division at 6-1, and with a very young core, they could be our biggest threat to getting back to the playoffs. Thankfully though, we're winning this game, and we have another dynamic challenge, so now I can earn another upgrade, and I'm going the other way on this contact swing to do exactly that. After starting the season with a losing record, beating a good team would give us a lot of confidence, and now the game is slowing down in the 8th inning where I need to make a big throw to first base. Can I do it? Getting the button combination as it's coming in and is in time. My impressive performance helped us win this game, and I'm slowly starting to get more votes for the All-Star game. We have an early lead and the chance to win this series against our division rival, and I'm definitely frustrated that one didn't drop, but here's a dynamic challenge. So all I need to do is advance a runner, which I'm gonna do, and then some more, launching this one all the way to the wall, and Scrawny Slugger has a double. We are putting the Royals on fraud alert, and that was almost another hit, so I'm definitely frustrated that their pitcher's glove held me back from another RBI, but I'm gonna forget about it real quick with my second dinger of the season. I am definitely on a hot streak, and it's helping our team win some more games. I have never seen this sign before, but this fan wants a selfie, and I really can't blame him because my breakout series could help us earn a sweep. We're leading 2-1 in the 3rd inning, and I just hit a single up the middle, but unfortunately, my team was not able to score me, so we're still in a close game, and I'm able to turn a double play. It would not take long for the Royals to tie this one up, so we need a big play, which I'm not able to get us. Then, unfortunately, they scored 3 more runs to break this tie, as I have a tough play at the shortstop position, and despite being left-handed, I'm able to turn this long throw. I was really looking forward to busting out the brooms, but I definitely did not play my best game, so we were unable to get our 3rd win in a row. Remember to drop a like and subscribe if you're enjoying the video, and let me know down in the comments if you want to see Scrawny Slugger's whole career, because out of all the videos I've done, these ones seem to be the most popular. This is a very important 2nd season for Scrawny Slugger, and even though he's made good contact, the extra base hits have not been coming like they did last season. It's definitely unfortunate because we're losing by 2 runs, but we have not taken advantage of a few pitches that have been straight down the middle. This game would only get worse for Cleveland as I'm in danger of going hitless, but thankfully that's not gonna happen. I'm definitely concerned because we're way too good to be a 500 team, but at least we're winning this game, and this one's gonna drop in the outfield to avoid another hitless performance. We need to turn things around quickly, and we're starting this game with a boss challenge, and this would give us a much needed contact upgrade. I need to get a hit off of Garrett Cole, which is easier said than done, but this one's smoked to the shortstop, who's unable to field it cleanly, and I'm gonna beat out this throw all the way to first base. Clearly that was exactly what I needed to break out of this slump, as I'm launching an RBI double into the right center gap, and it's definitely been a few games since I've gotten an extra base hit. I am absolutely cooking against Garrett Cole, and we're up 3-1 as I made good contact once again, but I don't think I got enough on this one. Unfortunately, I stranded 2 runners on base, and New York was able to take the lead, as once again, I am unable to come through. I cannot believe this game got away from us, and even though we made some big signings in free agency, our offense is really underperforming so far. We're in danger of being swept by the Yankees, and despite hitting this one hard, it's not going to get through the infield. It really felt like Scrawny Slugger and the Guardians were turning a corner, so this is very frustrating. But on my day off, I'm busting out the yoga to try to get my mind right, as we have a 500 record going into this series against Minnesota, where I hit this one well, but apparently just not well enough. We are losing by 5 runs, but at least Scrawny Slugger is gonna hit this one to the moon and hit the celebration before trotting around the bases for a no doubt home run. Even if we lose this game, I'm absolutely gonna take that because making the All-Star game would be huge. But to my surprise, the Guardians are fighting back. I could be the tying run in this game, and this single is gonna go through the infield to score the runner from second base. Now we really need our team to come through with 2 outs, and here's some contact, but unfortunately it's popped up. After that, I thought it was over, but somehow we tied the game up, and Scrawny Slugger has a chance to walk this one off. I have to be very careful what I swing at in this position, because we really cannot afford to hit into a double play. This pitch gets away from the catcher, and both runners advance. That's gonna put 2 in scoring position, but they intentionally walk me. Part of me is very disappointed that I didn't get the opportunity to win it, but here we go. This one's hit to first base, but unfortunately, it's not gonna get through, and we lose the game. The good news for us, though, is that we are on a hot streak, and we're in 4th place for All-Star voting. I need to keep this momentum going into this series against the Tigers, because I've already missed out on the All-Star game once, and Bo Naylor's gonna bloop this one into left field to score me from second. Now we have a huge dynamic challenge, so this is my chance to get another power upgrade, but I ground it straight to second base. That is a huge missed opportunity, because now this game's tied up in the 7th, and once again, I'm gonna come up empty. Then the Tigers would unfortunately take a 9th inning lead, but I simmed ahead, and somehow we won that game. I am so relieved because I did not play my best game, but I definitely need to rebound in game 2 if I want to make the All-Star game. This one's hit well, but not well enough. After winning the World Series, we are in a huge slump, but hopefully this deep shot to right field can help us forget about it. Scrawny Slugger watching it go. That dinger was exactly what we needed to start a rally, and once again, we're gonna come through, gapping a double into right center field. Now I'm on base, and I'm gonna try to steal, taking off, but clearly that's not a good decision. They're gonna get me by a mile unless I turn around, and I somehow pulled that off. Now I can be the tying run in this game if my team can just score me, but unfortunately, that is not gonna happen. I had a bounce back game, but it wasn't enough for my team to win, but at least our offense is starting to play a little bit better. I'm in danger of missing out on another All-Star game, but Scrawny Slugger on the first pitch he sees is gonna blast this one over the fence against Seattle. That will help my stats, but apparently not my team, as we're trailing in this game, but I blooped one into left field that is just barely gonna stay fair, and I get my second hit. After that, we took a 6-5 lead, and I'm gonna add one more run by smoking a single up the middle. However, our bullpen let us down once again, and I'm definitely concerned because we are not playing like a team that just won the World Series, as the Guardians are wasting a really good year from me. Maybe we can turn everything around with this boss challenge against Logan Gilbert, and all I need to do is advance a runner. This is my chance to earn another upgrade and potentially extend our lead, but while this is good contact, it's not gonna happen. That was a missed opportunity, as this game's tied up at 3 apiece, and I'm unable to reach base again, so now we're in danger of losing another game to Seattle, who just scored 3 runs, and at least I'm gonna be able to stretch this into a double. That's another tough loss for the defending champs, who have a losing record after the first month. At least in good news, Scrawny Slugger is finally up to second place in All-Star voting after a big hot streak, but it's really confusing that our roster with a lot of firepower is underperforming. We desperately need to get our season back on track against a very good Tampa Bay Rays team, and we're up 2-0 with a huge dynamic challenge. So far this season, I've been very good at completing these, and that success is only gonna continue. All I needed was a base hit, but we're going above and beyond with a moonshot. I thought we were gonna run away with this win after that, but Tampa Bay found their way back with 4 unanswered runs, as this one's hit well yet again, but it's gonna get caught at the warning track. It is so weird that our team is struggling, even though I'm hitting the cover off the ball, but now I have a chance to be the hero in a 1-run game and sneak this one through the infield, but for some reason, they removed me for a pinch runner. That feels very disrespectful after a 3-hit performance, but at least we got the victory. My batting average is now up to 320, so I'm well on my way to earning my first All-Star appearance. Here is another hit. Now I want to prove to my team that they did not need to take me out of that last game, as I'm taking off for second base, and I'm in safely. Once again, the Guardians are unable to score me, and things would only get worse for us, as we're down 5-0, and at least I'm able to get another hit. Our pitching rotation is clearly hot garbage, because it never feels like we hold the lead. Scrawny Slugger to left field. Is that one gonna go? It absolutely does. Now I'm absolutely amazed, because apparently that 3-run home run got us back in this game, which is now tied, and I have the chance to do more damage, but they intentionally walk me. Now with the bases loaded and 2 outs, we're gonna see if that was the right decision. Arias cannot get this one to drop. However, I have my chance for redemption with 2 outs and the bases loaded. This one's hit to left field, but it looks like this game game's gonna continue. After 12 innings, Tampa Bay was finally able to win it, and that was a huge chance for us to get back above 500. This is easily the best season of Scrawny Slugger's career, but unfortunately, the Cleveland Guardians are not playing up to expectation, as Scrawny just hit a laser into left field for another double. We are down 7-3 to the Houston Astros, but Scrawny is gonna watch this one go all the way over the fence in center field for another home run. That is number 11 on the year, and he is on fire. I think there is a very good chance that he can enter the MVP conversation. Are you kidding me? That is number 2 on the game. I cannot remember the last time that we had a multi-home run performance, but at only 22 years old, Scrawny Slugger is putting himself on the map. Unfortunately, we would lose 3 out of those 4 games, so we're now 2.5 games back from the wild card. Right now, Scrawny Slugger is hitting .340, but obviously it's still very early in the season, as he's trying to send this one over the fence for a grand slam, but comes up short. We need a great performance against the division-leading Royals, but unfortunately, Scrawny Slugger has fallen into a bit of a slump, as we're in danger of going hitless for the first time in a while. But once again, I'm reminded that our team only plays good when Scrawny doesn't. Scrawny needs to bounce back in the second game of the series, as the Guardians already have a 3-0 lead, and now we lead by 2 runs in the 5th inning, and Scrawny's gonna send this one down the line in left field, where this one is not coming back. Scrawny Slugger has entered the MVP race despite being the smallest player in baseball, and it's very easy to see why, as he keeps carrying Cleveland's offense. He's got elite company in this race though, with Corey Seager and Yordan Alvarez ahead of him, but no matter what, this is a very impressive sophomore season. There are 2 on in our next game against Miami, and I'm looking to extend our 1-run lead, but this is not gonna drop. That is very unfortunate, so now I owe my team a favor, turning this inning-ending double play. I'm gonna need to stay on the gas if I want to catch up to Alvarez and Seager for MVP, and this will certainly help, as I just blazed a 420-foot homer. That big play is gonna help us win this game, and coming into this video, I wanted to become an all-star, but maybe I could do even more. Now I'm opening my next game with a boss challenge, as there are 2 runners on in the first inning with a chance to get on the board, but I just got underneath this one. Luckily for us though, our team put up 4 runs, so we're in a very good position, especially after this one dropped into left field for a double. We've been flirting with 500 all season long, as we're 2 games underneath, so we really need this win, and it would be really nice to pick up another RBI to keep myself in the MVP race, but that did not happen. I have already become one of baseball's best players, but I'm going to try to get even better by upgrading to a gold skill set, which is going to get me up to 95 overall. I am on pace to become the best player in baseball at only 21 years old, and I have a chance to do some big damage in a tie game against Oakland, as this one's going to stay fair down the left field line. Now in the 5th inning, I finally have a runner in scoring position, and I'm going to drive this one past third base to score him. Another 3-hit performance is definitely going to help my case for MVP, but somehow we blew this game to Oakland. Hopefully that doesn't set us back, as we were starting to really find a groove, but at least our offense got off to another hot start in game 2. Once again though, Oakland would come back, and we have a dynamic challenge, but that was extremely easy, as they intentionally walked me. I think it's hilarious that opposing teams are scared of someone who looks like a little leaguer, but I guess it makes sense because I'm hitting .350 with 21 home runs on the year. Unfortunately though, we're in danger of losing this series to Oakland, but I'm not gonna go down without a fight. I really don't understand how this bullpen helped us win a World Series last season, as we got absolutely embarrassed by the worst team in the league. Scrawny Slugger continues to be one of the only bright spots on an otherwise pretty disappointing team, and right now he's still in second for the MVP race. Even with his impressive season though, I really hope that this team can turn things around, because I'd love to go back to the playoffs, and we are right on the heels of the wild card teams. It is very fitting that our next opponent is the Texas Rangers, as we're going to throw out Seager in the first, and right out the gate, we're faced with a boss challenge. All I have to do is drive in a run with the bases loaded, but this was a very bad decision, and the pressure is clearly getting to me. Not only am I fighting to win MVP, but I'm also trying to help my team get back into the wild card race, and thankfully, we are railing a very good Texas team as I get my second single of the day. I didn't play my best, but this was a dominant victory, and to start the next game, we have another boss challenge. My last one did not go well, so I have to be very careful, and instead, I'm turning on an inside pitch for a deep home run. That felt extremely good after not getting an RBI last game, as here's another single, and that one would actually help us take the lead in this game, as Scrawny Slugger sends another one deep into left center, and with Corey Seager watching, he put up a 2-home run game. This was an incredible series against Texas, as we were able to get back into the wild card and get Scrawny the lead for MVP. We're getting absolutely shredded in this game against the Orioles 10-0, and to make things worse, Colton Cowser just robbed this one away from me. So not only did we lose this game, but I also lost a 9-game hitting streak, and I really need to bounce back in game number 2, but we're down 6-0, and once again, my good contact is not helping. I have not gotten on base this whole series, and that's going to continue, but now I have a chance to redeem myself with a huge boss challenge. All I need to do here is drive in a run with guys on first and second. There's good contact, deep to center field. Is it gonna climb the fence? It is certainly not. I just went hitless for an entire series, which should definitely take me out of the lead for MVP, but at least my stats were already really good, so it doesn't hurt too bad. But seriously, look at me standing next to that guy over there. I am so tiny, and I definitely stole that shirt from my dad's closet. Even though we just played them, we have another series against the Texas Rangers, but a lot has changed in just a few days as Corey Seager is once again the MVP frontrunner. That series against Baltimore was without a doubt the worst series of our entire career, and Seager just threw us out. But maybe now we can deliver with the bases loaded. That should have been crushed. We have a huge lead, so this at-bat is all about personal glory, and once again, I fly out. That makes it 4 games without a hit for Scrawny Slugger, and it's definitely very frustrating that nothing's going our way, especially because Corey Seager and the Rangers just gave us the business. The All-Star break is rapidly approaching, so I need to get back on track, and I'm really hoping that this dynamic challenge can help, because all I need to do is contact swing for a hit, and for the first time in 5 games, I get it done. At least we're still in the top 3 for MVP, but Corey Seager is really extending his lead, and unfortunately, my team has also struggled as we're back under 500 and are 3 games out of the wild card. Hopefully we can turn things around as we're tied up against the Twins, and finally I'm gonna gap one into right center. This is gonna go for my first double in a long time. That didn't score any runs though, so we have a walk-off chance in extras, and this is definitely the big opportunity I've been waiting for as I square this one up deep into center field, but of course it's not gonna go deep enough. At least we were still able to win that game, but I'm very frustrated, especially because that's the play that I made to put myself in the MVP race. All I want is to close out the first half on a good note, and there's no better team to do that against than the Colorado Rockies, as this one's hit well to left center field, and I have finally hit another home run. That is such a sigh of relief after a week-long slump, but I'm gonna do it again. Scrawny Slugger, this time it's a no-doubter. This Colorado series could not have come at a better time, as I finally feel like I have my confidence back, but now we have something a little bit more interesting, as I've been invited to participate in the Home Run Derby. At 5'1", 105 pounds, I'm competing with some of the biggest sluggers in baseball, and it's very insulting to the other guys that I'm the 2nd seed. To be honest, I've never played the Home Run Derby in this game, but I'm starting off with a mammoth shot to left field. But after a very hot start, I have definitely cooled off a little bit, as I only have 5 home runs in the first minute. I'm definitely getting nervous because I'm already gassed, but no matter what happens, I have some bonus time, so I just need to lock in for these last minute 40 seconds and get 3 home runs to beat Julian. My stamina is completely in the red, but that is not stopping me from hitting more piss missiles. That goes 462, and now I just need one more home run to tie it. Can I get it? This is a line drive to center field, and it's gonna clear. I have a lot of time, but absolutely no stamina, but thankfully on the very next pitch, I'm driving this one to the same exact spot, and that's gonna move me on to the next round. We definitely have a more challenging task against Juan Soto, who put up 16 bombs, but now that I have 1 round of experience under my belt, I think I can get this one done. Can this one stay fair? It is just going to off the foul pole. I cannot celebrate yet though, because I only have 4 home runs with only half of my stamina left, and here's number 5. And if anything, I do not understand where Scrawny Slugger is getting the power to pull out 479-foot nukes on these guys. I am out of energy with a minute left, but it does not matter. That one is absolutely crushed to the parking lot. Are you kidding me, Scrawny Slugger? This man is relentless, and I do not know where all this power is coming from, or the energy for that matter, as he is not giving up against Juan Soto. I just realized that if I call timeout, I can get half of my energy back, and that is going to be game-breaking as we just hit the tying home run. We have 20 seconds plus bonus time to hit 1 home run, and on the very next pitch, we're going to crush this beauty all the way to straightaway center to move on to the final round against Alex Bregman. The pressure is on for Alex Bregman, and right now he is folding. That is another foul ball. So Scrawny Slugger, in the end, only needs 13 home runs to win this thing. This is looking like no problem for the main character, who's out of energy, but I still felt that one get crushed 472 feet. As you can see, stamina is not a problem for our little man, so I really hope the ladies are watching this, as he's gonna make light work of the entire home run derby in his 21-year-old season. Number 69 has earned another trophy. That was a lot of fun, but we are not done because we're starting in the All-Star game, even over Corey Seager for some reason. But after the home run derby, all these pitches feel so fast. The derby has really thrown off my timing, but at least I'm getting a hit off of Spencer Strider, and after that at-bat, I'm getting pinch hit for, as I did enough to help my side win the game. Now it's time for the second half of the season, where I'm hoping I get back on MVP pace, but more than anything, I would love to see the team hold the division lead. Corey Seager has 103 RBIs, so it's going to be very tough to catch him, so maybe the title of Home Run Derby champion is more than enough clout for me this season. Even if I don't win MVP, I still want to finish the year here on the right note, and I'm off to a great start, homering into left field. And after a multi-home run game before the break, I'm starting out the second half with another one. I single-handedly won us this game against the Brewers, and with 39 bombs and 93 RBIs, I could end the season happy right now, but there's still 2 months to play. It's definitely nice to see our team finally picking up with some wins after a rough start, but in all seriousness, what on earth is this fit? I really do not know where I'm buying my clothes from, but I guess it doesn't matter if I keep hitting dingers as this one's driven to center field, and I have just hit my 50th home run on the year. My power is returned at the perfect time as we are slowly closing in on Corey Seager for MVP with a month to go, but just like always, my team could not capitalize on my good performance. Of course, after that, they proved me wrong by winning 6 games in a row, and suddenly this MVP race is looking a lot more close. Right now, it is anyone's race, and I cannot believe we have a chance to pull ahead, especially as Scrawny Slugger is launching another no-doubter into left center field. We really needed that because Kansas City is our biggest threat for the division lead, and right now we are only 3 games up in the division. Scrawny Slugger got a hold of another one. Is this another multi-home run game? It absolutely is. I've definitely been cutting out other games down the stretch here, so we're not just hitting home runs, but 3 multi-homer games in a month is just ridiculous. What's even crazier though is we just won that game 20-0. That was insane, and now Scrawny Slugger has overtaken Corey Seager with 2 weeks to go, so I'm just gonna simulate to the end of the season and see what happens, and sure enough, Scrawny Slugger is the MLB MVP. Honestly, 2 months ago when he hit that slump, I did not think he had a chance at this, but he came out of it very strong and put together an elite season. Even though we won MVP, our work is not done as we're in the playoffs looking to defend our World Series title, and after sweeping the Yankees in the wild card, we're in the ALDS against Houston. Unfortunately though, game 1 did not go our way, so we're suddenly in danger of getting upset as the defending champs. Thankfully though, we've been able to fight back in this game even though I have not gotten a single hit, but here's a double play, and in a 4-3 game with the bases loaded, this could be my chance. All I need to do here is contact swing to drive in a run, but once again, I am not playing like the league MVP. We are so lucky that our bullpen held that lead down for us, but after losing game 3, we are in big trouble. This would be a very tragic ending to a historic season for Scrawny Slugger, and even though we're leading by 1 run, Scrawny cannot add to it. Our pitching got shelled earlier in the year, so I'm definitely surprised that they're giving us time to figure it out, and Scrawny finally gets on base. However, I completely jinxed them after that as they scored 3 runs, and Scrawny's final at-bat of the season went straight to Altuve as the Houston Astros have knocked off the defending champs. Make no mistake, this was a very impressive season, but I'm still very disappointed that we couldn't get back to the World Series. Remember to drop a like and comment if you want to see Scrawny Slugger's whole career play out, because I would love to keep making this series. And if you're enjoying my content, please consider subscribing and click right here to see even more.